I have already intersected with a person who has all of the combination of qualities that I could ever imagine wanting or needing. And I've also intersected recently with many people who see things in me, the qualities that they want to need. And so my downstream story is that someday soon, the man that I'm into and the man who's into me is actually going to be the same person.
And funny as that story was, and potentially negative as it could be, it wasn't negative.
No.
Because what you're saying is I'm seeing the components, and now I believe that they could rendezvous at the same place at the same time. And knowing that will make it soon.
Absolutely, and what I just got when you were talking to the woman before is that it is closer than I really realized, because I just got the connection that I've already seen the signs. Yes. So I get it. So now for all those years that I was a vibrational match to mismatch, since everything is about my relationship with myself, does that just mean my inner being just wasn't that into me?
No, what it means is during that time, during those years, you were in the process of creating your fabulous relationship, and that's worth a lot. And it means that you were not aware of the way you were feeling, so you didn't know when you were moving in the direction of the call of Source and when you were moving in opposition to it, because you were more interested in being right than you were feeling good.
Got that. I got that, yeah. Okay, you said earlier something about when you're going with the flow and you're going downstream, that there is no fork in the stream that leads you to the path of hell. And I really like the thought of that, but there's like two ex-husbands that might beg to differ. So very often it feels like you're going downstream, and then all of a sudden you find yourself in hell. And so how does that happen?
Well, what we really want you to feel is that a fast-moving stream is glorious when you're flowing with it, and it is torturous when you're flowing against it. In other words, that's the point that the river guide made with Jerry and Esther and their friends in the river. He said, see that rock and see the water that is battering it? You don't want your raft to get up against it. The stream will beat you up. And so what happens is you get your stream moving so fast, and then you find some obstinate reason to not flow with it, and the stream beats you up, and then you assume that there's another force, and there isn't. There's only the stream that you created.
And because you're
Don't you think that's good to know?
And because you're going with momentum, it seems even worse. Because you've built up some momentum and you're going with this wonderful...
Well, consider this. Jerry and Esther had this epiphany as they were driving the other day. So they were driving down Interstate 10, and Jerry noticed some new screech marks on the pavement, which meant someone, probably during the night, had some sort of accident. And Jerry said, it's odd to me that so many people have accidents on freeways that there's no oncoming traffic. What could be happening? And then they talked further, and on Interstate 10, out close to where Jerry and Esther have lived, the State Department has put some poles in the ground and strung some very heavy cables between them to keep cars from having head-on collisions, so that if someone bounces over against that, they won't go into the oncoming traffic. And Esther said, I think that is a good thing for the people coming from the other direction, but I don't know how good it is for those of us who are driving in the direction of the person that goes out of control, because now they're going to bounce back over here with us. And Jerry said, yes, but if we are all going in this direction and they bounce back over here with us, if we're going 50 miles an hour and they're going 50 miles an hour, then it's like not very much of a collision is happening, because we're all, but if you bounce into the oncoming traffic and you're going 50 miles an hour and they're going 50 miles an hour, now there is a 100-mile-an-hour impact. And so Esther said, I bet Abraham will use that in relationship with the way that they're talking about this stream. So let's say that you're going with the flow, and you've got the flow really going, and you're feeling the ecstasy of going with that flow, and then let's say that for some reason you stop and go against it. Get the picture of
Yeah.
that? In other words, you can slow down. You can maybe not be completely up to speed with the flow, and it won't feel like exhilaration. It won't feel like passion, but at least it's not beating you up. It's not killing you. You're not having a head-on collision. But when you get focused in opposition to what you want, it's like turning into oncoming traffic. That's a good analogy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
That's the reason that some things feel really good, some things feel a little good, some things feel not so good, and some things feel really bad. And that's why we're asking for downhill stories. That's why we're asking you to make an effort, even though we know you can't get from where you want all the way over there to where you want to be, at least you can get going in the direction of that, and you're going to feel so much better. And the stream will take you